Ask and you shall receive. Power Book 2 Ghost Season 3 is here. Well, it's not here, but it's finally announced the date is coming. So let me just go back to the beginning. I literally just dropped a video talking about Power Book Ghost, talking about where is season 3, why isn't it here? Because I believe we got season 1 in quarantine of 2020 around September, and then we got season 2 in like November of 2021. So I was expecting season 3 to be out by now already, but then I saw Raising Kanan finished. I thought it was gonna come out after Raising Kanan. Then BMF got announced. I'm like, they're not gonna air it at that. So in that video, I was just wondering, where is Power season 3? And we finally been announced. It will be coming out in March. This is hilarious because in that video, I also said because of BMF, the earliest we will get this season is in March or April, and he just announced it for March. So let's go back into that video I made and dive into all the topics we're looking forward to seeing in season 3. Let's get into it. So where do we leave off in season 2? Bodies on bodies on bodies on bodies.
Got shot, Tay got shot, Desi got dropped, damn, Nate got popped, damn.
Mecca died, Zeke died, Professor Milgram died, Lauren died, and I forgot to put spoiler warning, but I'm pretty sure if you're here, you watch Power, so you know all this already, but all 4 of them died. They don't know that Lorenzo was the one that popped Zeke. Tariq doesn't know that Effie the one who off Lauren and made it look like a car accident. So going into season 2, there's a lot going on. And there's a lot more to even talk about. Not to even mention on the lawyer and police side of things, Saxe says he's gonna help the district attorney on the other side that he sleep with. He's gonna help her find information to bring down Tariq and the whole crew. Also, Bianca, that bitch is back. She was working with the feds with Mecca, and now that he's dead, she saw the video surveillance of Tariq, and now she is back. So let's take a deep dive in everything one by one and talk about all the possible things they could do with these stories. Let's get into it. So let's get into some season 3 predictions. Now, the first thing I seen or noticed that highlighted in the trailer to me was they showed a casket. Basically, I'm pretty sure that's obviously Zeke's funeral. And this death in the family is gonna completely split apart the Tejada family. Like, they already showed cracks and chinks in the armor, but this is gonna completely split them apart. Everybody's gonna go their separate ways, especially Monet and Lorenzo. I think this might be Lorenzo last season. If Monet finds out that it was him that killed Zeke, yeah, he's out of here. She's literally, like, she loves Zeke with everything in her and did everything to make sure he make it. And then we have to remember, it was Diana who told Lorenzo about the information about Mecca, how he had money for all of them saved up for them to leave with him and to leave Lorenzo behind. So she kind of has hints of information that it might have been Lorenzo who caused the death of Zeke. Now, she is the one that's closest with her dad in the family. So it's going to be Zeke's death that splits Monet and Lorenzo apart. They already had splits in their relationship because Mecca was there, and now she lost a son who wasn't his son, so he probably doesn't have much remorse for it. But so that's going to split them apart. Kane, him and Monet on and off, they're already pretty much split. And I think if Monet finds out, it's gonna be Lorenzo's debt that splits Diana away from the whole family to do her own shit. So I think this family is about to be the most dysfunctional it's ever been since season 1 and 2. This is when the whole family just blows up and everybody goes their own ways. Now let's get into some Tariq storylines. Now, like, this kind of leans off into Diana going her own way, because I think if Tariq does find out what Effie did to Lauren this season, this definitely will push him towards Diana. And I always thought that they would do a storyline where he's talking to all 3 of them and one of them gets pregnant. And it makes sense it will be Diana, because she has the most going on with the whole drug game. It will involve her family. It just makes the most sense that Diana turns out to be pregnant. So if he does find information out about Effie and Lauren, then I think that pushes him more towards Diana and leads them in that direction for that storyline. And remember, Brayden knows what happens to Lauren. And in the trailer of Brayden talking to Tyreek, he's talking about how they hurt people, hurt their lives, cause damage and effect. And I'm pretty sure he's mourning over the Lauren death and knowing what Effie did. I'm pretty sure this is going to split Brayden and Tyreek apart. I feel like at the beginning, Brayden is going to not want to be as in tune with the drug stuff. He's going to want to chill off it. That's not going to be his vibe right away because of all the things that happened. Remember, he just got off the stand helping Tyreek. I think he felt like he paid his dues and he doesn't really want to be in it right now. I feel like he will get more involved later, but early on in the story, knowing information that Tyreek doesn't, I feel like he doesn't want to, or is not going to want to be around him as much. He's going to want to keep his distance so he stays guarded. He doesn't reveal the information, especially since Effie is always in their dorm room, is always with Tyreek. He's definitely going to want to keep his distance. Now, we also are forgetting about the storyline with Method Man. I can't even remember his name in the show, but he's trying to help his friend, his partner, get out of jail. And it's actually Method Man who committed the murder based off details, based off, hints they're given, context clues, where he basically said the man who committed the murder for his friend was taller, and his friend basically said, I don't want to get out of here if it's going to put you in here, basically. So we're going to see how that storylines play out. I don't really have much information on it. I need to see more based off this season, and that situation might be lit. It might intertwine with Tyreek and them shit, but that situation we need more information on. Another person who I think it might be their last and final season is Saxe. Now, Saxe has been around for forever, since the very beginning, since season 1. He has one of the longest tenures still running on the show. And why I think it's his last season, because like I said before, he told the DA he was going to help her get information on Tyreek and all of them to put him in jail. And I think once Method Man finds out about this, because he works with him, he's going to eventually catch on to what's going on. If he's losing cases or meetings and stuff, he's going to catch on, and he might tell Reed Kane, one of them, to take him out. I feel like they're going to get rid of him this season for sure. And I think this is gonna lead the DA that Saxe is fucking. I think it's gonna lead her and Bianca teaming up to fully put everybody else in jail. This makes the most sense that it's Saxe's last season, because I feel like, no offense to the actor, but the death of that character has been long overdue, long awaited, and it just makes sense that it all happens in this season. In the trailer, you can see Tyreek hand bloodied up with the knife in his hand, and I feel like it had to be somebody he was able to get close to, or close enough to do that to, and I think it probably will be Saxe. Could be somebody else, I could be wrong, and Saxe still dies this season, but I still believe this might be Saxe's last season, which makes perfect sense. And the last thing I want to see for this season is how Tyreek still reacts and interacts around college and school, because if you think about it, we only really see him go to and attend one class, the canonical studies class, but they had multiple characters throughout that class that were very vital to the story. That's why they showed that class in specific. Lauren was in that class, Professor Milgram taught that class, and the other professor, what's his name, Jabari, he also taught that class, and we saw all three of them are dead and gone. They're arrested, so they're pretty much, I don't know if they'll still show his college life inside of things, but who knows. I believe Tate is still there, but I don't know. I'm interested to see how they continue that side of the story, knowing that he really doesn't have anyone to interact with in that setting, especially if Brayden starts to back off, how I think he will due to all the recent events. But that's it for this video. I just want to give my predictions, my explanations, and say Power Book Ghost Season 3 is finally here for us, and I can't wait. It comes out in March. Hope you'll be there to watch it with me. I'll probably be doing reviews every week of each episode when it comes, so see y'all then.